Today, the Republican-controlled Joint Finance Committee will vote on Governor Evers' spending plan that could end his plans to expand Medicaid. And a groundbreaking new law from the Vatican is aimed at ending sex abuse in the Catholic Church. Details on the worldwide mandate.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Thursday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in a bit, but first, another cool day before a bit of a weekend warm-up. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hello, Mark. We're dealing with the cloud cover out there right now, but that rain finally starting to move out of Wisconsin. That's certainly some good news. Here's a live look from the station camera right now. Yes, it is gray for your Thursday. Same as we look towards the Edgewater. The temperature right now, 52 degrees. Winds coming out of the west at 8 miles per hour. Check it out, 61 in Waukesha right now, Milwaukee at 65. Meanwhile, we go over to Decorah, Iowa, and the temperature is 39. As we zoom out across the Midwest, you can actually see the temperature difference. I mean, check out Charleston, West Virginia at 83. Meanwhile, 39 in Marquette. That is actually the warm air surging towards the south and east, but that cold front now pushing southward. That will eventually sweep out the moisture that we have as well. Still plenty of cloud cover sticking around, but the high pressure that you see across parts of southern Canada, that is what is going to set the stage as we head into the weekend. But in the meantime, if you're planning just the rest of this evening, expect that cloud cover to stick around. Temperatures will stay into the 50s and then eventually fall into the upper 30s overnight tonight, Mark.
Warm this morning, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. The temperatures have essentially dropped as we've gone through the day, and that's what they're going to continue to do so right now.
Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank
All
you,
right.
Chris. Topping the news today, Governor Evers is urging voters to pressure Republican lawmakers not to kill his Medicaid expansion plan. Today, the Republican-controlled Budget Committee will vote on removing Medicaid expansion and a handful of Evers' other priorities from his two-year spending plan. Republicans say adding 82,000 people to the state's Medicaid program would disrupt the private insurance market. Evers wants to leverage federal money for Medicaid expansion to increase spending on other health care needs by $1.6 billion. A former Milwaukee alderman has been charged with wire fraud in a case linked to strip clubs and alleged bribery. Federal prosecutors allege 56-year-old Willie Wade collected $30,000 in cash after claiming to be negotiating on behalf of a current Milwaukee alderman in exchange for a vote in favor of approving licenses for a downtown strip club. Wade currently serves as the CEO of Employ Milwaukee, but he's on unpaid administrative leave. He faces up to 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine if convicted. Tonight, there's a chance for you to hear more about plans to upgrade Middleton's airport. The city of Middleton has owned Maury Field for 21 years, but it never made a master plan. Tonight at Cromwell Middle School, you can share your ideas about what you'd like to see at the airport. The meeting is from 5:30 to 8:30. The planning director told News 3 Now earlier this week that the only thing set in the plan so far is that the type of planes that will fly there will be the same, not bigger. The Janesville company that's working to produce isotopes used in medical imaging procedures is breaking ground on a new facility today. Shine Medical Technologies is building a 43,000-foot facility across from the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport. The city of Janesville transferred 91 acres of land to the company for that facility. When it's finished, Shine will be capable of producing 1/3 of the global demand for Moly-99. That's a medical isotope used to diagnose things like heart disease and cancer. Pope Francis has issued a groundbreaking new law. Starting next month, all priests and nuns will be required to report abuse and cover-ups, including those by their superiors, to church authorities. The decree covers sex abuse of minors, child pornography, and the abuse of power. The Pope's worldwide mandate requires that every diocese establish an office to deal with abuse and develop a way for people to easily and confidentially report abuse. The new procedures lay out timeframes, responsibilities, and puts the onus on the Vatican to respond in 30 days.
But perhaps the most revolutionary thing in this decree is that an ordinary Catholic, if he or she feels frustrated that a complaint made about a bishop is not going to be handled properly, she or he can send this complaint, report it directly to the Vatican.
The new church law does not require whistleblowers to report alleged sexual abuse to the police. For the second time in a week, North Korea has fired off missiles. Overnight, short-range missiles were launched from the northwestern part of North Korea, landing in the Sea of Japan. The weapons launch comes as a top U.S. envoy is in Seoul for talks on how to break the nuclear deadlock. North Korea claims the operations were regular defensive military exercises, but South Korea's president says the North is using the tests to ramp up pressure on the U.S. to ease sanctions. The Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee is demanding Donald Trump Jr. come back to testify about Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The president's oldest son testified once in 2017, but some lawmakers have questions whether he was fully truthful about his meeting with a Russian lawyer before the election and about his knowledge of a proposed Trump Tower in Moscow. This comes as the House Democrats are still fighting to get the unredacted report from special counsel Robert Mueller. More local news now. Tonight is the start of Madison's third Night Market series. It's a celebration of the city's creativity, featuring handmade products, local art, specialty gifts, and local foods. More than 100 businesses are participating, plus there'll be live music, a climbing wall, and an outdoor beer garden. The Night Market is from 6 to 10 tonight at State Street and Gillum. To sports now, the Milwaukee Bucks are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 18 years. They cruised to a 116-91 win over the Boston Celtics last night at the Fiserv Forum, taking the series in 5 games. The Bucks defense showed up, only allowing the Celtics to shoot 31% from the floor and 18% from the three-point range. The Bucks will play either Toronto or Philly next. The Raptors have a chance to close that series out tonight, sitting at a 3-2 lead. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll find out what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
You know, April showers may bring May flowers, but you know what else they bring? An appetite for all-in-one meals that are quick and easy. Any ideas as to what we're making today? Any? You know, April showers may bring May flowers, but you know what else they bring? An appetite for all-in-one meals that are quick and easy. Today's tasty recipe starts with a supermarket shortcut that I know you're gonna love. Let me show you. The first thing we do is combine some chicken broth, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and a bit of black pepper over medium heat. We stir this until it melts and starts to thicken up. Then we add a package of frozen potato and onion pierogies that we boiled until they're tender. After everything is mixed, we pour this into a baking dish and pop it in the oven. And if you want to change it up, boy, do you have options, because you can always use a different cheese or try a different flavor pierogi. When this comes out of the oven bubbling hot, top it with some crumbled bacon and sliced scallions and call the troops to the table. It's so easy and versatile. You can use this as a fill-you-up main dish, or it makes the perfect go-along. To get the recipe for what we call our cheesy bacon pierogi bake, just go online. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a pierogi-licious kind of way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's not a word, Howard. Warmer temperatures return to the forecast this weekend with temperatures in the high 50s to 60s. But first, we have to get through one more gloomy, cool day. Chris Reese has your first alert forecast next. Well, if you're looking for your next Wall Street investment, rideshare company Uber is preparing to start trading as a public company tomorrow. Diane King Hall has more in today's Money Watch report.
In a brutal week for Wall Street. Stocks started the session lower once again. Investors are bracing themselves for a potential tariff hike after President Trump threatened to raise duties on billions of dollars of Chinese goods Friday if no deal is reached between the U.S. and China. The U.S. trade gap widened in March. According to the Commerce Department, the deficit rose 1.5% to $50 billion. But the politically sensitive trade gap with China fell to the lowest level in 5 years. Uber is gearing up to set sail as a public company tomorrow. It will trade here on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker Uber. The company is trying to avoid what happened to rival Lyft, which saw its stock trade mostly lower since its debut on the NASDAQ. Uber's listing is expected to be the biggest tech IPO of the year. And if you are looking for an unusual internship this summer, Anheuser-Busch is looking for a beer intern. The internship is a paid gig for its natural light division. Candidates have to be 21 years old or older because the job does include some product testing. Other responsibilities include posting to the brand's social media platforms and working as a brand ambassador. To qualify for the job, the company says you have to be outgoing but not annoying. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check the Wall Street afternoon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 171. The NASDAQ off 21. The S&P 500 was down almost 7. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee, beer intern. Sign me up.
Hello. I bet, there's not much bad news if you're the beer intern, I'm guessing. But, unfortunately, I can't come up with much positive about my farm outlook at all. So everybody's still anxious about what's happening between the United States and China. We're going to know in the next 12 hours or so where that shoe is going to drop. So the market's anxious about that. Then tomorrow at 11 a.m., U.S. Department of Agriculture is going to come out with some of their first estimates on what they think farmers are going to plant this year. Now, I've been talking with my commodities specialist, and these numbers are really going to be kind of up in the air. What they do is they take their March estimations and put in a couple different factors and come up with what they believe farmers are going to plant for corn and soybeans. But really what you can't factor in is the weather we're dealing with right now, how many acres farmers are going to either walk away from or switch, and then what's the ultimate yield impact going to be on these delayed plantings. The only thing we'll probably get a better handle on is the wheat estimates, because USDA has actually had people out in the field surveying our winter wheat. They think it's going to be a pretty good crop. So, like I said, a lot of different estimates. And the other thing about tomorrow's report is the reaction in the marketplace. So some of the people that are weighing in with opinion are estimating what farmers will grow, the reality of it all. Others are weighing in with what the kind of mathematics of it is. And then we have to wait and see how tightly wound the computer traders are. So tomorrow could be a real rascal between China and that report. Barrel cheese today down a penny and a quarter at 172.5. 40-pound block cheese drops a half, 169 3/4. Double A butter though up 2.5 cents on a Thursday to $2.31 a pound. And while all that's unfurling in the marketplace, my friend, I am going to be surrounded by 400 little ankle biters from the ages of 12 and down up at Bay Harbor Elementary. We're going to do an agriculture day for the kids, and we'll just see how far Farm Babe gets with that much energy around her. But it should be a good event.
All right, we'll see you next week then.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, have a good weekend. Chris Reese is here now, and the weekend is looking better.
That's right, the weekend is looking better. Plenty of cloud cover outside right now. We're going to be watching that cloud cover as we go through the next couple of hours. We've seen it around this morning. This is the 500-mile view outside of Madison, and really, it's overall a blanket of cloud cover that is moving towards the east. We come closer to home, and of course, you can see that things are gray. Perhaps we're trying to see some holes in the cloud cover. We saw some showers earlier on. Those are now moving away from us, especially towards the north and east. That is a sign that we will begin to dry out. It's cloudy out there still, though. Temperatures are in the low 50s as we speak. We're going to keep those temperatures falling through the 50s and into the 40s as we go through the rest of this afternoon. Speaking of 40s, that's what you see as you work your way towards the west. 47 in Lone Rock, Mineral Point at 46, Viroqua at 41, Decorah, Iowa at 39. Then we jump over towards the east and look at just how warm things actually are. Kenosha and Milwaukee both at 65. This is because a lot of that warmer air is across the eastern half of the Midwest right now and towards the eastern part of the country. In the meantime, cooler temperatures are beginning to work their way in from the north and west. That is behind a cold front that has pushed through. This is overall the system that has brought the wet weather as we've gone through the past couple of days, but eventually the high pressure that you do see towards the north begins to set the stage for our weather going through the rest of tonight, tomorrow, and then into the weekend. Let's go ahead and take you hour by hour and just show you how things are going to pan out for us. This is later on tonight. We're going to keep the cloud cover around. Temperatures will be in the 40s at that point. Then into tomorrow morning, watch this. The clouds begin to break up. Temperatures will start out into the upper 30s for us. Then more sunshine into the afternoon. Temperatures will probably be in the 50s for those highs. But then in the Saturday, sunshine actually sticks around, especially across central Wisconsin. We will have to watch at least some cloud cover potential across the south. That is as a weak system passes well south of us. I don't think we will get in on any rainfall from that. But here we are into Sunday. A little minor rain chance that we'll have to watch. More sunshine Monday and into Tuesday. Perhaps a quick hitting rain chance on Wednesday, and then more sunshine into Thursday and Friday. In fact, as we go through the next 6 to 10 days for the Midwest and the Great Lakes, we are looking at a drier than normal probability for us, and that could continue as we go through the next 8 to 14 days as well. So overall, our forecast is looking fairly decent. Temperatures get warmer. In fact, we will see fewer chances for rain in that forecast as well. And even still, the chances for rain that we do have Sunday and then Tuesday into Wednesday, those aren't major rain chances. They'll be in and out quickly. I think this is finally the pattern that a lot of the farmers have needed around here. So we're getting there.
We need to dry out, that's for sure.
Yes, we do. That is for sure.
All right, Chris, thank you. Next at noon, we'll meet the Dane County Humane Society's Pets of the Week. We'll introduce you to Gibson and Lulu, a couple of bunnies, right after the break. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with two special guests. Good to see you again. Who are these pretty ladies?
So I've got Lulu over here, and over here is Gibson.
Gibson's a lot more mellow.
Yep, and so they're a bonded pair of bunnies, which means that they're looking to go home together.
It's two females.
Yep, and they really do. They are best friends, but kind of opposite personalities a little bit too. Lulu is definitely a bit of the wild woman, a little bit more spunky, and Gibson is more laid back, as you can probably see.
And they were in foster homes.
Yep, they came into Dane County Humane Society, and we wanted them to go into a foster home for a little bit where we were able to see how bonded they were. They weren't really litter box trained when they went into their foster home. Now, very, very good litter box users. And we also learned in the foster home that you won't have to buy very expensive toys for this pair. They love cardboard boxes. They just go nuts for them.
Really?
Yep.
Regular cardboard boxes.
Yep, jumping in them, kind of tearing them up. They have a blast.
She looks like trouble.
Yes, she
Lulu.
you could see that in her face.
She likes to lick feet?
She does. So she loves, both of them love to get some space to run around and play. And I've heard, yeah, she likes to go up and just give your feet a little kiss.
And they're younger?
Yep, around 2 to 3 years old. And it's a good thing to remember that rabbits can live anywhere between 8 to 10 years, maybe even up to 12 years. So you're looking at a friend for a really long time.
She looks like she has a mask on.
I know.
They're great. All right, Hy-Vee is the place to go.
Yep, so you can head over to Hy-Vee all through May and ask the cashier to round up your bill, and that's all going to go to Dane County Humane Society. And what's so great is that no matter how much that is, if it's just a few cents or almost $1, it all goes to help animals in need.
Just the Fitchburg store.
Yep, just at that Fitchburg store.
All right, so make some money while you grocery shop and donate to the Humane Society. And let's get information on these two. Go to giveshelter.org. 838-0413 is the number to call. And they do need to go together.
Yep, they do need to go together.
All right. Good luck, Marissa. Good luck, ladies. Hope you get a good home. Chris Reese is over at the Weather Center. One final check of the forecast.
We're going to keep the cloud cover around for the rest of today, Mark. So, yes, expect things to be gray out there. Temperatures are still going to be falling through the 50s, but the sunshine, folks, returns as we head into Friday and Saturday. And I do think most of Sunday stays dry as well. There will be a slight chance for a shower headed into Sunday. Check out the week ahead, though. Monday looks fantastic. We'll have a rain chance late Tuesday into early Wednesday. But then as we head towards the weekend, we're talking sunshine and 70s. Perhaps the drier pattern that I know a lot of folks have needed around here is finally upon us, Mark.
Yes, that is good news, Chris. Thank you. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.